Hey there, BKFC fight fans. Susan Cingari here with ring announcer Jeff Houston, and we are just a few hours away from the start of the big show at BKFC 14 in Miami. So, Jeff, I wanted to ask you a couple questions because we never get a chance to really talk to you before the show. How do you prepare pre-show? Any pre-show rituals?
We've talked about this, Susan, how quickly we forget. I'm just playing with you. No, there is no preparation. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. I mean, look where we are as of right now. We are in the squared circle less than 3 hours before going live worldwide with nothing but bare knuckle reckless abandon. But for me, the only thing I need to do, put on the shirt, shine up my shoes, make sure the batteries in my mic are good to go, and then it's live worldwide.
How do you figure out, though, when you've got the play cards, we were talking about this earlier, how do you figure out, like, when you look at those, do you have to memorize them, or are you just reading them off the card?
No, I try to go a little bit both. Okay. I mean, you have to get a little memory retention, especially if you've been doing it as long as I have. But you also, have to glance. But there are too many announcers out there that really just look at the cards, and they really don't know how to, I guess the term is, make love to the camera, so to speak, and really give the camera your full and undivided attention, especially when you're talking to so many people that are watching from home because of COVID now.
Well, one thing for sure, we don't need any training in making love to the camera. He does that pretty well. Don't you agree, BKFC fight fans? Yes. All right, so I wanted to ask you, what is the best part of your job, do you think?
The best part of my job is the way that I get to connect with the audience. There's this electric connection that is absolutely undeniable, and it's like a drug, honestly, and most performers understand what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to a live audience. They know what it's all about with that incredible connection with the audience, and it's just something that I live for every day of my life.
What about the toughest part of your job?
The toughest part of my job, something, I love what I do so much that's a really difficult question, but I guess probably the toughest part of my job is when I get the last minute information. Really what you have to do with that last minute information is when you're announcing it, you have to make it seem like you've known about this for 2 weeks. And it's last minute information. So it's really all about calming down in the moment. And there are just so many people who don't calm down in the moment, and they look like a deer in headlights. And I try to avoid that. The calmer you are, things work out. You know the old saying, cooler heads prevail.
How true, how true. What about advice you could give to anybody who wanted to be a ring announcer?
It's a tough field, and I don't recommend everybody to get into it because it is one of the most competitive small pool jobs that you could find yourself in. A lot of people say there's a lot of jobs for all of us. There are, but once you start getting to the top tier and you start representing the best promotions in the world, there's a reason why there's not a lot of turnaround in those jobs, because most of those people are in those jobs for life. So for those of you who are aspiring, upcoming ring announcers, the best thing that I could do, get out there. Don't turn jobs down, and don't think that a job is beneath you. Because the minute that you start thinking that a job is beneath you, it's almost like you have nothing to learn. I've been doing this upcoming 18 years this April, and the one thing that I can say is that I will never stop the learning process. There's nothing that I can't learn moving forward. I don't know it all, and I don't claim to know it all.
So humble, Jeff.
Well, humble pie is definitely my favorite dessert when it comes to this because, the way that I think about it, you should always make sure that you have humble pie nearby, because if not, you could just end up getting your just desserts.
Now, you just told us you've been a ring announcer for 18 years, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever think when you first started working for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, it was going to be the humongous and huge, amazing success it has turned out to be?
I was not aware of anything the first time that I before I stepped into the squared circle. It was unfamiliar territory to me, and it was a brand new sport. When you're at the heels of a brand new sport, you have no idea what to expect, and you have no idea what's going to take place. But at that same time, it also creates that incredible level of excitement that only bare knuckle can do. The BKFC 1 is the most memorable and most, in my opinion, successful debut that I have ever been a part of in my entire career as a ring announcer.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Have you changed anything up since BKFC 1?
As we all know, the disgusting platinum blonde hair is gone and gratefully forgotten. I know I just got sick of all the kids on the chat forums. They kept saying I kept looking like the Hunger Games announcer, and I just wanted to squash that. I'm sorry for everyone that watched me with the platinum blonde hair. I've learned from my mistakes. As far as changing anything else up, no, I am as real as it can get. My wardrobe is loud. Why shouldn't I be loud?
Before we go today, Jeff, is there anything else you would like to add?
Of course, everybody, tonight is the night. As you can see, this is a much smaller event than what we're used to, but it's more of a boutique event. I mean, we're only having so many people join us tonight. We are going to have a slew of celebrities. We are going to have Miami's finest, some of the world's finest, come out to join us for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 14. The only way to watch it, in my opinion, is on bkTVapp.com. It's the best place to watch Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. It's also the best deal going down when it comes to combat sports on a streaming service. $10 startup fee, and then it's $3.99 a month for all the bare knuckle fighting that you could possibly want. But Susan, I'm telling you, one thing that I'm excited about is our main event. Yes. Tonight, our incredible main event for the undisputed BKFC 155-pound World Championship and the first ever Police Gazette Diamond Bare Knuckle 155-pound World Championship. Current defending champion Luis Palomino finally stepping into the squared circle and taking on the bare knuckle beast Jim Alers. It is going to be World War III.
All right, BKFC fight fans, as Jeff just told you, the only way to watch the fight is to download the BKTV app on Android or iPhone. Thanks for watching, and please leave me a comment below and hit the subscribe button. I'm Susan Cingari, and remember, no one beats us to the punch.